Hello there, this is Darth Rabbit07 coming to you today with another quick review. We're going to switch gears and we're going back over into Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron. Got in the TIE Striker from Rogue One. Very unexpectedly, glad it's here all the same. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. I see in the Reddit post that these are starting to hit at different places and whatnot. I'd like to get out there and hopefully find that. If not, eventually they'll do Series 8 on the Jazzwares Vault and get them all in one shot there. I don't have to go chasing or wasting gas. We'll see what happens. Let's turn this around and take a quick look at one of my favorite, vehicles from Rogue One. Here is Series 8 TIE Striker from Rogue One. On the turntable, you have some assembly that is required there. You got one pilot. Should have a couple, but I'm sure we got extras of everything, no matter what it is in this line. Things it can do, it can switch between attack mode and flight mode, and vice versa, depending on the fiction. They do different things, like the blueprints here. You got the droid fighter, which is en route to me as well, and then I've already got this thing is that Armada reissue. If you didn't get Anakin and his Jedi Interceptor, you can get it now. You got a Clone Wars Mace Windu and his droid, and you got a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan and his droid when they went to Utapau. Wish this would go away with these rarities. These are highly sought after vehicles, and like I said, I'll probably eventually just get it in Jazzwares Vault. It's one of the business practices I'm not too fond of. The other thing I'm not really fond of with this series is that light armor can only be right now found inside of Walmarts, maybe some other like Books A Million, those kinds of places. Sometimes you get lucky and walk into a GameStop, but that's not been the luck in my experience. But they could make a bank off of this if they did the release right, but retail's dying anyway, especially in light of all the stuff going on with tariffs here lately. But we're going to get into this positively awesome Rogue One ship. And here he is outside of the plastic and cardboard backing prison. You do get a stand for like landing it and displaying on your shelf, and you do get that one little pilot here, looking pretty freaking amazing for the size and the tininess. I mean, it's pretty cool, man. The detail work is exceptional. Like, they got bigger feet so you can actually stand them up these days, but mostly once I do this part of it, it goes inside of that ship. It doesn't come back out, and getting him into that ship is going to be a little bit of a task. I'll show you next why. As you have the ship here, getting past the flight stand is pretty easy, but then these wings are not added onto easily good, so like that just keeps popping off. I'm just going to pop them back off for the sake of this section right here, so maybe we can get a closer look at the innards of the cockpit, as I am having trouble getting this thing to come up at all and out. So there is the cockpit. Oh, it will go up higher. Okay, so maybe I won't have as much trouble. You do got the place where you can leg lock it there. And the thing I noticed already inside of here is there's a serious lack of paint detail or detailing inside of here because it is such a tiny space. These are the light armor, class, and it can be challenging, but it's not stopped them in the past. And then when I did this earlier, I could only get this one thing up so far, and then I guess it will go on up as well. It is clear plastic, so be careful. Your mileage may vary. So then you can get your back seat, or you can add other troops on either side. This is like, it also follows those TIE Reapers and stuff that are very similar to this, but bigger troop carriers. So you got your bombardier there, and you got your little supply of proton bombs you can see down inside of there. If I can get my big old finger out of the way and get this thing to focus, there it is. You can see the proton bombs down in there. So you got another gunner, and then you got the two cannons here, and on the tips that I just took off, you got more there. So I'm going to get him down in here right now. And there he is, situated down in there, looking like he's getting ready to take off and start flying this ship. I really do wish that they'd add, for stuff that has multiple seats, I wish they'd add like the back seater or whatnot, but I don't think there's a spot there at all to actually have somebody sit in there like this guy does to hold it in place. So we're just going to close that on back up and pretend, just like you do with all things, Star Wars pretty much. I guess you have your TIE Butterfly, if you will, or TIE Wasp. There you go. You just leave the front parts off. You got the TIE Wasp. You got two pew-pews there. You got some nice detailing work, but there's no blackwash, battle scarring, or anything on this. A little bit of paint detail there, some red there on the front, as all TIE fighters seem to have that. You got the engine detail there in the back of the fuselage, some more paint there. And then always looking foils. I think those look great and stuff. So yeah, either what would it be without that? A tie butterfly or a tie wasp? I think that definitely looks more like a wasp and gives a sting to the rebellion. Let's go ahead and add those wings back on. And there we have the tie striker. It's a little flimsy on this side. You can see it drooping some, and that's just unfortunate there because I was really looking forward to this ship. I think it's a really sharp looking ship. Didn't realize that you'd have to actually put the damn foils together, and it's just them doing stuff more cheaper. This one does better on this side. So your mileage may vary when it comes to this. Here is the aforementioned attack mode when you bend them down like this. You got those two cannons there and these two blasters here. And as it shows on the box, you're supposed to have the blasters on the bottom side. I didn't try to flip that around. I don't want to break it or anything. But then in some fan fictions, this is either the flat mode or the attack mode. I say to each his own. Your preferences may vary, differ, all that good stuff there. But it just wants to keep focusing on the front guns and not necessarily the cockpit there. But these things were pretty freaking awesome, and they did. It was just really great in 2016 when I saw them on screen in Rogue One, which was already an awesome experience because it gives us, that whole inside light to, how they got the Death Star plans and whatnot, Project Stardust, all that good stuff. Got a serial number there. That hadn't happened a lot in my experience with these little awesome models and stuff of these ships. Just some great detail work. The foils always look great. If I have any one negative, I wish that this was just one solid piece and whatnot. I love having foils that actually articulate and do stuff, so that's awesome. And I wish this stand was a lot better. I guess I'm going to have to break down and go get a stand or whatever. But getting this guy on some final thoughts. I still like it, even with its shortcomings and stuff. Like I said, I'll probably end up just gluing that together. The figurine's not going to come out, and I like that you can actually get the cockpit open to get the figurines down inside of there. The rear gunner bombardier is going to have a little bit of issues there, but I mean, this is still a really solid and awesome ship. I highly recommend if you're a fan of Rogue One, just know your mileage may vary with every one of these. I could get a hold of another set and it'd be fine and be totally straight. But this one is kind of droopy left wing, port side wing. But that's okay. I mean, it is what it is for $12 a pop. And who knows, after the tariffs get enacted, it could go up higher or whatnot. I hope that you guys, if you're seeking this and collecting these, I hope you can get a hold of yours. I like it even still. Rogue One's one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. And that the next, let's see, say Empire Strikes Back and then A New Hope. If I had to go original trilogy, it would be Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, and then maybe Rogue One. They're all right there together. I hated we had to wait till 2016 to get that whole story with the Death Star plans, but I mean, really, really awesome. If you haven't seen it, go catch it. It's really, really good watch. And thanks again for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. That's going to wrap up my TIE Striker quick review. Y'all have an excellent week. Stay safe out there. And may with the Force be with you all, always. Thanks again.